So I was watching, I think Brian Squatty's one of the YouTube channels I've recently discovered, and she was talking about these medals. Now I know I spoke about these medals a few days ago. I wonder what video it was. Hold on a second. It's a lot of gobbledygook. It's a lot of gobbledygook. You know, royal companion of the Order of the Companions of Honor. I mean, wow, right? And it's history making. So it's huge. This is huge, right? And apparently, the Order of the Companions of Honor was founded by King George V in 1917. This is more than 100 years ago, okay? To recognize achievements in the arts, sciences, and medicine, right? So Kate has had, to King Charles's estimation, outstanding achievements in the arts, sciences, and medicine to warrant the award of the Order of Companions of Honor. It's not just the order, she is the royal companion of the Order of Companions of Honor. This is a history making twist, according to People magazine. This is a big deal, right? Now, Kate did not accept the award in person. I don't know if she has yet issued a statement to acknowledge the award and to thank the king for his award. And whether that statement will be AI generated or authentic, whether it will be in her voice or whether it will be written by someone at the palace. But yeah, he has given her like a huge award. Huge. It's huge. Right? Huge. And it says here about King Charles, he has always had a very good bond with her. I don't think it is so yeah, so this was just to show you that a day ago I actually covered this award and I responded in a very similar way to this young man. The only difference is, well, he seems to be British, he seems to be someone with an invested interest in the situation and these title givings. And who is Norman Baker? I guess, did I hear that he was formerly an MP and now he's a journalist? Is he the one that they said he was given an ammo, I mean, a memo that he was to lay off Kate and William, but he could say whatever he wanted about Meghan and Harry? I'm not sure, but someone said that they were given those particular directions by, I guess, their higher ups. So it says here, can we really say Britain has a modernized monarchy when archaic titles are being handed out as if it's 1348, not 2024? I mean, modernized monarchy. I mean, is the whole thing modern or not? The whole thing is the whole thing. It's not just the question of modern versus archaic at this point for me. For me, the whole thing just doesn't make any sense anymore from any perspective. I mean, okay, you can have, other European countries, they have, kind of symbolic monarchies, but no one really, really, you know, you know, you know what I mean? I don't want to be mean, but nobody really cares. I mean, because they don't really have any power, really. The British monarchy still holds a lot of sway. I mean, they're heads of state of the UK. And it just strikes me as being a system that is you can no longer defend having this kind of a system. these people are born and therefore they're just automatically a leader. How is this any different from totalitarian states like Iran, like Iraq, like it just it just doesn't make any sense. They just have all this money. They don't have all this money. They're given all of this money. Their job is to dress up, put on tiaras and jewels, go to some hospitals, shake some hands. I mean, that's like a really big deal to go to hospitals and shake hands. For that, they get millions of dollars. Okay, Megan went to a hospital the other day, but she did it of her own free time, right? There was no quid pro quo, right? I'm okay with that, right? She's not on anybody's paycheck. I mean, payroll, so that she does this and it's billed as 20 hours of work or whatever it's billed at, and so she gets $20,000, 30,000, 50, 100,000 for this one apparent. It's not like that, right? But with them, it's like that, and that makes it a problem from my perspective, my vantage point. So anyway, the writer goes on. Norman Baker, was it? Norman. So he says, I wonder if I should award myself an honor, something grand sounding. How about most excellent keeper of the belfry? It has a nice ring about it, even if I have done nothing to deserve it. It's the whole thing of not doing anything to deserve it. I mean, Kate's honor, what the heck did she do in arts and medicine and sciences to deserve an honor? She's been absent without leave for months. Even, the sick king is said to be 1 foot in the grave. He's up and about. Wait, she had, cancer had been present, and she's getting preventative chemotherapy, and she's 40 years old, nowhere to be found, right? And she's just getting all these honors of what? It's like there are people in the society in medicine who are doing work, saving lives, including Kate's life. Who's Kate's doctor? Why wasn't he given an award for saving the future Queen of England's life with this cancer that she's supposedly stricken with, right? Arts. I mean, so many young people in, up and coming, creating art, British, international, why are they not getting awards for their work? What did she do? I mean, she's a photographer. I understand that. And she seems to be a very good one. I understand that. But I mean, let's be real. One of her photographs were flagged, with a kill notice. It got England compared to North Korea and Iran for propaganda because it was so badly photoshopped. So, I mean, are we awarding that? Really? It's like flying in the face of everyone and spitting and saying, we don't give a shit. We are so entitled. We don't care what you say. We do what we do because we can do it and because we can get away with it. And then we're going to slap the whole thing on a cherry on top with a ridiculous award. That's like really in your face. That's like an in your face slam dunk as far as I'm concerned, which, they get away with it. They get away with it. But now anyway, nobody gets away with it forever, by the way. I hope they keep that in mind because this is absolutely ridiculous. And at least Norman Baker agrees. So he says here, Camilla is now, as of yesterday, the Grand Master of the Order of the British Empire. What empire, you might ask? Rockall was Ronnie Barker's pithy response, and that was about 40 years ago. Grand Master of the Order of the British Empire. What even does that mean? What does a Grand Master do? What is the job description? How do you get this job or this honor? What specifically do you have to do to be considered a Grand Master? Because that sounds really lofty and really huge and really important of the order of the British Empire. It suggests someone like William, like Churchill. Was it William Churchill? No, it wasn't William Churchill. What was his name? Just let's say Churchill for now. I'm terrible with names. I'm not feeling like it was William Churchill. It was Churchill. Okay. So it sounds like something like him, you direct the armed forces, you save Britain. I mean, a Grand Master of the Order of the British Empire. I mean, if you're going to give that out willy-nilly for no reason, it just completely renders it a joke. It's like something in like Comedy Central you talk about in comedy. You don't, you're not serious when you do that, because I mean, Camilla, I'm not gonna say I don't, I whatever, I don't care. I'm neutral on Camilla, but Grand Master of the Order of the British Empire? You want me to take that seriously? Really? Okay. So, according to Norman Baker, Kate is now a companion of honor, an award reserved for those who have excelled in the worlds of arts, medicines, or science. Is this perhaps for creative doctoring of photographs? I mean, the thing is that Britain is a country and there are people in this country. I mean, and with all deference to those who want the monarchy, believe in the monarchy, love the monarchy, how do they really feel about this? Because you have people in the society who work in the arts, they run museums, they curate art collections, they paint, they're sculptures, they, some of them come from no, very little resources, making something out of nothing. You have people in medicines, again, like Kate's own doctor, like the king's doctor, people in science, working in laboratories day in, day out, trying to make a difference, whether it's with the environment or with agriculture, farmers working to the bone to provide England and everyone in it with food every single day. Where is their Companion of Honor award? Why are you giving this to Kate Middleton, who has done absolutely nothing? I mean, since December, no one has seen her. Okay, she's sick, but before she was sick, I mean, you can't really seriously suggest that making, a few appearances here or there to a pub or to a hospital or to a school makes her worthy of a Companion of Honor award over and above all these other hardworking people in England who really are working to make a difference and who are not being recognized, right? Who are not being paid, who are not being compensated, who don't get to show up in a, chauffeur-driven limousine. To me, it is such an affront and an insult to the actual people of England. But they don't care. I mean, they really are convinced, a lot of these English people, that, as a commoner, that's what they deserve. That's how they deserve to be treated. And as the aristocracy and as the royalty and as the king and queen and this and that, that the royal family is superior to them, and that, the rules don't apply, and they get to award themselves all these ridiculous awards for doing nothing. It is an affront to one's basic intelligence. You don't even have to be a rocket scientist to be affronted by this. You know what I mean? So here you have the Duchess of Gloucester. There's a household name, has been made a member of the Order of the Garter, an order created by the king in 1348 to reward his court favorites, while incidentally beyond the palace walls, much of the population was dying from the Black Death. Okay. Um, then you have here, William has not missed out either, even if Harry has. The Prince of Wales is now a great master of the Order of the Bath. Well, it won't wash, says Norman. The honors in themselves are absurd and make the mythical Ruritania look like a beacon of modernity. So much for the spin from the palace that the monarchy was going to be modernized under Charles. Perhaps the latest medals are to be made from recycled precious metals. Oh my gosh. Um, he says, even more absurd, if that is possible, is the notion that the royal family can, with a straight face, award medals to themselves. Exactly. It's like, I paint. Can you believe that? I paint. I mean, it's like me sitting here awarding myself medals for the things I've quote unquote painted or something. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So Norman says, Take the Royal Family Order. This is awarded to female members of the royal family simply for being female and for being a member of the royal family. Not a terribly high bar if you happen to be female and are born or married into the family. Whew, my goodness. Then there are the military honors and decorations. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, last year or 2 years ago, they awarded Kate with something with about the military. I just thought while by the way they stripped Harry of his right to wear his uniform and things like that. I mean, this is like a comedy. It's comedy, really. It is. Then it says here. Then there are the military honors and decorations. Charles himself has accumulated dozens of medals, enough almost to sink one of the battleships under his command as a five-star admiral. Oh, and he's also a five-star general in the army and a five-star air chief marshal in the the Royal Air Force in RAF. What stupendous military service or acts of bravery have led to this avalanche of medals? Well, he did captain a coastal minesweeper several decades ago for a short period, and he has only crashed a plane once. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And it says here, the royals, in fact, have amassed between them over 100 military medals and decorations. And for what? Prince Edward, the royal honorary colonel of the Royal Wessex Yeomanry, has never seen active service and even dropped out of his Royal Marine course because he couldn't hack it. Prince Andrew, to be fair, did merit his South Atlantic Medal for service in the Falklands War. But did anyone stop to question whether it was a good idea in 2011 when he was mired in accusations relating to his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein? Is that how far back these accusations go? Really? And serious questions were being asked about his self serving activities as the UK's trade ambassador, that he should be awarded the Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, a highly prestigious award in the archaic hierarchy of these. The whole thing is crazy. Oh, the whole thing is crazy. Oh, it's not so okay. So it says here, this latest set of nepotistic awards makes the royal family look ridiculous, arrogant, and breezily self-serving. I concur 100%. It also illustrates graphically how our monarchy is still an imperial one, wedded to a distant past and totally out of touch with modern Britain. Well, I don't know what modern Britain is all about. I don't understand. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to understand what's going on there. But I think the royal family looks ridiculous, arrogant, and breezily self-serving with these awards. Definitely. Like definitely. It's actually kind of like embarrassing. You have to wonder, well, maybe King Charles's cancer medication has somehow compromised his thinking, and so he's just sitting at his desk, just being like almost childlike in his, you know, effusive, dispensation of these ridiculous medals for what, I mean, just because he can do it like a child in his, his playroom or something. That's sort of how it's coming across because it's so random and it just absolutely makes no sense. These awards to these people make no sense. I mean, you know, but I thought it was just me. But here we have Norman Baker was the Liberal Democrat MP from 1997 to 2015. Oh, wow. Ah, my goodness. A proper honor system which allows society to recognize outstanding achievement is very worthwhile, but we don't have it. Those who deserve and receive honors are lost in the trivial, the corrupt, and the absurd. Absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. I totally agree. Absurd. Absurd. And it, in fact, I mean, Kate did not come out as yet to thank the king. I'm sure that's coming soon. But I mean, if I were her, I would just hang my head in shame because it's like embarrassing. She should be embarrassed to accept that. Medicine, arts, science? Seriously? This year? This was not her year. This was not her year for that. Sorry.